Welcome back to the Bank of America pregame show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 75th All-Star Game. Now it's time to meet the American League coaches and reserves. First, the coaches. From the Kansas City Royals, manager Tony Pena. From the Toronto Blue Jays, manager Carlos Tosca. And now the players. From the Anaheim Angels, pitcher Francisco Rodriguez. From the Baltimore Orioles, shortstop Miguel Tejada. From the Boston Red Sox, first baseman David Ortiz. And pitcher Curt Schilling. From the Chicago White Sox, pitcher Esteban Loaiza. From the Cleveland Indians, outfielder Matt Lawton. Second baseman Ron Belliard. Pitcher Jake Westbrook. Catcher Victor Martinez. And pitcher CC Sabathia. From the Detroit Tigers, shortstop Carlos Guillen. From the Kansas City Royals, first baseman Ken Harvey. From the Minnesota Twins, pitcher Joe Nathan. From the New York Yankees, outfielder Gary Sheffield. Pitcher Javier Vasquez. Pitcher Tom Gordon. Pitcher Mariano Rivera. Outfielder Hideki Matsui. From the Oakland Athletics, pitcher Tim Hudson. From the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, outfielder Carl Crawford. From the Texas Rangers, third baseman Hank Blaylock. Shortstop Michael Young. Pitcher Francisco Cordero. And pitcher Kenny Rogers. From the Toronto Blue Jays, pitcher Ted Lilly. Now let's meet the National League All-Star reserves and coaches. First, the coaches. From the Colorado Rockies, manager Clint Hurdle. From your Houston Astros, manager Jimmy Williams. And now the players. From the Arizona Diamondbacks, pitcher Randy Johnson. From the Atlanta Braves, catcher Johnny Estrada. From the Chicago Cubs, outfielder Moises Alou. And pitcher Carlos Zambrano. From the Cincinnati Reds, shortstop Barry Larkin. First baseman Sean Casey. Pitcher Danny Graves. From the Colorado Rockies, first baseman Todd Helton. From the Florida Marlins, third baseman Mike Lowell. Outfielder Miguel Cabrera. Pitcher Carl Pavano. And pitcher Armando Benitez. From the Houston Astros, outfielder Carlos Beltran. From the Los Angeles Dodgers, catcher Paul Loduca. And pitcher Eric Gagne. From the Milwaukee Brewers, pitcher Ben Sheets. And pitcher Danny Cole. From the Montreal Expos, pitcher Livan Hernandez. From the New York Mets, pitcher Tom Glavine. From the Philadelphia Phillies, first baseman Jim Thome. And outfielder Bobby Abreu. From the Pittsburgh Pirates shortstop Jack Wilson. From the San Diego Padres second baseman Mark Loretta. And from the San Francisco Giants pitcher Jason Schmidt. Now let's meet the American League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the New York Yankees, Joe Torre. And now emerging from above the third base dugout, the starting lineup for the American League All-Star team. Leading off from the Seattle Mariners center fielder Ichiro Suzuki. Batting second from the Detroit Tigers in the bullpen, catcher Ivan Rodriguez. Batting third from the Anaheim Angels right fielder Vladimir Guerrero. Batting fourth from the Boston Red Sox left fielder Manny Ramirez. Batting fifth from the New York Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez. From the New York Yankees, first baseman Jason Giambi. Batting seventh from the New York Yankees, shortstop Derek Jeter. Batting eighth from the Texas Rangers, second baseman Alfonso Soriano. Batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from the Oakland A's, pitcher Mark Mulder. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004 American League All-Star. Now let's meet the National League manager and starting lineup. First, the manager from the Florida Marlins, Jack McKeon. And now emerging from above the dugout, the starting lineup for the National League All-Star team. Leading off from the St. Louis Cardinals, shortstop Edgar Renteria. Batting second from the St. Louis Cardinals, first baseman Albert Pujols. Batting third from the San Francisco Giants, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth from the St. Louis Cardinals, third baseman Scott Rowland. Batting fifth from the Chicago Cubs, right fielder Sammy Sosa. Batting sixth from the New York Mets, catcher Mike Piazza. Come on, let's hear it from your Houston Astros center fielder Lance Berkman. From your Houston Astros, second baseman Jeff Kent. Ladies and gentlemen, batting ninth and warming up in the bullpen from your Houston Astros, pitcher Roger Clemens. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2004 National League All-Stars. When we return from Houston, the Star-Spangled Banner and the ceremonial first pitch.